The stars are already out in these NBA playoffs. Pascal Siakam leads in postseason scoring. Damian Lillard is right behind him on the other side of that series. Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, both averaging over 30 points per game in their series as well. Okay, Legs, Windy, back in his house. Stephen A.
Yeah.
Let's break this down. Who has been the most impressive to you thus far in this early season of the playoffs?
The operative word, ladies and gentlemen, is impressive as opposed to efficient. I'm going to go with Joel Embiid. I can't even tell you how sorry. I'm a Knicks fan. I can't tell you how sad I am for this guy right here. This dude is averaging 31 in this series, 31-9 in this series on one leg. And if you watch him move, if you watch him play, he can barely move. He's writhing in pain all the time. I mean, he is just out there. I feel so bad for him. I really, really do. Because to me, as much as I love my Knicks and as much as I'm rooting for my Knicks and what have you, I think this would be a different series if Joel Embiid was 80%, guys. I don't think he's at 50%, Wendy. It's a challenge to push that he's at 50%. Like right there, he'll move, he'll make a quick move, and he'll look healthy, and then the next thing you know, all of a sudden he can't move for the next 10 minutes. I mean, it's like that. And to see it up close and personal, to see him just squinting and just writhing in pain the way that he was, and to be out there on that basketball court doing what he's been doing. I'm not shocked at all that he hasn't been that effective, Tim, hasn't been that effective, Wendy, in the fourth quarter, because I'm shocked he's made it to the fourth quarter. And I've wondered often, Nick Nurse, why do you have this brother with the ball? They got their little rotation offense going. You setting screens. You got to stick your leg out to do all this. Somebody can run into your knee at any given moment. I don't know why on earth. And then they got him coming like from the right side to the left. So when he's facing them, he's sticking that left leg out. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. But that's just what I come up with. Again, impressive. I'm not talking about efficient.
I love your answer, particularly. And one of the reasons I think he's staying so much on the perimeter is because if he goes into the paint, under the rim offensively,
you got to go.
He's never getting back to the other end of the floor.
Right.
He can't change ends of the floor. I think he's saving some of that energy to get back and help protect the paint.
Right.
Love your answer. I think there's two other guys. I'm going to give you quickly the obvious one for me. When you look at what Jokic is doing, I'm not going to discount 30, 16, and 9. Okay, those averages in 2 games against the Lakers, particularly the way he operated in the fourth quarter of game 2. But I think my number one answer is Pascal Siakam. And here's why. You look at that team collectively and the playoff experience that they have, the lack of winning as a group that they've had in the postseason. They don't know what that's all about. Yeah, they had a run in that in-season tournament. It's not the same as this. This is what you went out and got him for because of his experience in the postseason, his ability to raise his level of play. He is a champion. And he is a guy that right now, when you look at those numbers, 37 and 12 in the first 2 games against the Bucks has been enough to withstand the onslaught from Damian Lillard to get that thing to 1-1. I picked the Pacers to win that series. That's not going to happen if they lose game 2. They do it in large part because of the way Pascal Siakam operated. So just individually, a guy raising the bar under a more extreme pressure, I'm looking at Siakam and what he has done with that younger core group of players in Indiana, man. They're following his lead, and he's giving them a real chance to win this series.
Yeah, Siakam certainly sees great opportunity without Giannis because he can dominate in the paint, and the Pacers have been the dominant paint team in that series because Giannis isn't there at either end, and he's definitely up there. I want to put a little bit of a spotlight on Luka Doncic, and with words that I didn't think I would say, his defense. His defense has been the biggest thing that has affected him negatively other than his complaining over the last couple of years. We know he's one of the most talented offensive players in the league. I couldn't believe the level of defense that Luka played in Game 2 in LA the other night. He was the point of attack defender time after time again. He's down in a stance, digging, using his length, not letting guys past him, contesting shots. The Clippers were 2 of 17 shooting against him, 0 of 11 when he was directly contesting the shot. Now, there's 100 different reasons you can miss a shot. In an individual game, anything can happen. But the leadership that I saw from Luka defensively in this game is a reason to believe that the Mavericks can stitch this together. When they started getting going at midseason, I wanted to dismiss them, guys, because I didn't think they would be able to defend well enough to win at a high enough level.
Right.
Well, they shoved that back in my face because down the last 20 games of the season, they were the #1 defense in the league, and they won this game in LA the other day with defense. And if they're going to defend like that, and Luka is going to work at this end of the court, their ceiling is going to get raised. So I am impressed with Luka. He's obviously got to do it for more than a game or two, but this is changing the dynamic. And not only that, Kyrie Irving is working hard, staying in his lane, and Kyrie is so dangerous in the postseason in these one-game settings where he can win a game by himself. Dallas is so dangerous right now with this defense.
Good choices. Good choices. I can't listen. Those are good arguments, especially with Luka, because he was D'ing up in game 2, no doubt about that. And we can't ignore Jokic. I'm just looking at Embiid, man, and I'm like, on one leg, this brother is doing what he is doing, and I can't believe he's still on the court. Seriously,
yeah, I'm sick to my
stomach. He's been that bad
because he finally has the co-star that's ready for this moment.
That's right.
Tyrese Maxey's been unbelievable.
Yes.
And I expect him to be most nights because he doesn't seem fazed by any of this stuff. He's just the same guy every night, confident personality. That's why I'm sick for Sixers fans because Embiid looks like this when he has that guy showing up. And I think he's going to show up every single night. Right. And is it going to be enough with Embiid at 60% to get through this series?
And by the way, with Maxey, this is what needs to be said as well. Understand that Jalen Brunson is a top 5 candidate for league MVP on this. Jalen Brunson has been sensational this year. Tyrese Maxey's been the best point guard in this series. He has clearly outshined Jalen Brunson in a significant fashion. And Jalen Brunson's going to have to step his game up to come close to matching what Tyrese Maxey has given him.
Stephen, if I had tweaked this question and I had said to you, who's shown the most heart in this playoff so far?
Heart.
Would you still have gone with Joel Embiid?
Yes.
What about you guys?
Yeah.
Who else do you think has shown like the most heart and dog in their fight?
I think Minnesota's shown it.
Yes.
I think Minnesota should, because they got to this stage, you're playing a superstar-laden team, and it was important for them to establish their identity and to watch them get stronger as that game went on in games 1 and 2 and watch Phoenix wilt. That's all because of what Minnesota's doing to them defensively. They turned it into an alley fight, and it doesn't look like Phoenix wants much a part of that. So I've been very impressed with Minnesota. Their toughness, their fight. They win a game when Anthony Edwards really isn't much of a factor offensively. It doesn't matter. They still win that game going away. Very impressed with them because of their toughness.
Wendy, 30 seconds here, but I want to hear from you.
Yeah, I think definitely Minnesota has been impressive, but I also think Miami has been in trouble twice now. Had to win the second play-in game to get in. Obviously, if they get slapped around again last night, they're in big trouble. They're down, not only are they down Jimmy Butler, they're down Terry Rozier. I mean, we had Tyler Hero with 14 assists last night. He's not even a point guard. He's just kind of figuring it out. So I don't think the Heat are going to win this series, but you can't ever doubt them, doubt their heart, and doubt, the way they approach the game.
It's very important to mention this.
Yeah, at the top of the hour.
We're never sad when Miami wins.
Facts.
Ever.
Cosign, retweet. I'm not even going to the finals, but I'm still excited. I'm still excited for you. Okay, so that's love,
It
Stephen.
will not bother me.